this is a multiplication question. In the same way, 2/3 multiplied by 4/5. 2/3 multiplied by 4/5 is simply 8 over 15. You multiply top by top, bottom by bottom. Really easy. Now, that is multiplication. Now, this question here, guys, is question A. And what we're saying about question A is it doesn't look fully factorized at all. So there's a lot of work to be done on the factorizing end of things. Okay, so what we'll do here, just to divide up our effort here. Can I have the lads on the left side of the class? I want you to factorize this right now. What's on the board? Factorize, okay? The lads on the right-hand side who are directly in front of me, what I'd like you guys to do is I'd like you guys to factorize the bottom part here. Okay? So, essentially, the guys directly in front of me, you're on the yellow section. The guys on this side of the board, you're on the blue section here. Okay? Shh. I'll give you a second. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to have 3x still here. And what most of you sort of said was that that's the difference of two squares. So, you changed it into 2x plus 9 and 2x minus 9. And when you multiply that out, it turns back into that yellow one there, okay? Now, the guys over here, you had a bit of a harder task. 8 times minus 9, lads. Minus 72. Two factors of 72 that multiply to give you minus 72, but add to give you minus 34, yes? Yeah, minus 36 plus 2 all day long. Okay, so what you do is you separate out your ax squared. Do you see what I'm doing there? All right, I'm separating it out into this. Okay, and you can see that, minus 36 plus 2 is still minus 34. I haven't changed a thing really, have I? It still turns to the same thing. Now this is where the factorizing comes in. 4x, I'd say. And then 2x minus 9. Plus 1 into. Okay. And then long behold, when you put it up top, you're going to have 4x plus 1. And you're also going to have 2x minus 9. Okay. And then on the bottom, we have another 4x plus 1. And you'd be surprised how often these questions go this way, that you're just going to strike everything off here. So anything on the, because it's multiplication, and only because it's multiplication, stuff on the top can cancel stuff from the bottom. Gone. Gone. And then we're just left with this. And then you're done. One and done. I didn't flip anything today. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah. Yeah. This next question. Question 10. Question 10 is question 10 is a weird one, all right? So if you imagine that, sorry, I'll just zoom in on it just for yourselves, okay? So question 10. Okay, that one there. Now, here's how you could rewrite this. You could rewrite question 10 like this. Do you see what I did? Instead of using the fraction, what did I write it as instead? Gents, if you had 4/3, sorry, if you had 4 over 3, you could rewrite that as 4 divided by 3. Whatever's on the top divided by whatever's on the bottom. Now, just give me a second longer. Okay, gents at the back. What you do when you have that division sign?
You flip it.
Okay. Okay. Now, lads, here's what I want you to do. I want you to fully factorize the top and the bottom, and see if there's anything you can cancel, and see what answer you get. What you'll notice on the bottom is it's the difference of two squares again. it's some x squared minus 49, which is the same thing as x squared minus 7 squared. And as you know from second year maths, that's the difference of two squares, which is x plus 7 and x minus 7. Shh. Okay. Nextly, on the bottom, it's x minus 7. And this one here, that's 16x squared is 4x 2b squared minus 3 squared. Once again, it's the difference of two squares. Okay. And what you get when you do the difference of two squares there? Yeah. Pardon right now if that helps. Yeah, I did, yeah. Now, gents, 16x squared turns into 4x plus 3 and 4x minus 3. And if you aren't sure, multiply it back out, turns back into the original. And you'll see that things start cancelling. Okay. Gone. Now, what's left on top then? 1 is left. And on the bottom, x plus 7 and you're done. So the way I usually teach these is the following, right? So when you do one fraction divided by another fraction, okay? So as an example, if I said if you had 5 sevens divided by 2/3, okay, that can be written as 5 sevenths bracket 2/3. Is that all right? And we all know how to do this already. What did we do with the 2/3 in the original process? We flip it upside down, right? 5 7 multiplied by. Now you all know this. I'm just making sure. And you get 15 over 14. Is that cool, you guys? Now, the problem with the top part, and the real problem with the top part of this question, yes? Just give me a second, right? The real problem is this isn't a whole fraction. So what I mean by that is it needs a common denominator. There isn't a common denominator. So you're only allowed to do the division when it's a common denominator. Okay? So currently this isn't a common denominator, and here's how we're going to fix it. It's going to be 1. Would everybody agree it's 1 over 1? Okay. And also what I'm going to do next is this. I'm going to put an x plus 1 on the bottom. Going to put x plus 1 on the top. What is x plus 1 divided by x plus 1? No. What's x plus 1 divided by x plus 1? What's any number divided by itself? 1. Okay. So that's all we have to do here. Now look at this. X plus x. No, plus them. An apple plus an apple is 2 apples, right? Now, x plus x is 2x. And then there's a 1 below. And now they have a common denominator, don't they? So it's x plus 1. Now, lads, what happens here is the following. So now, see the way it's all one line now? See the way there's only one denominator in this question? Now you're ready to divide. So, what did we say? How did we say you can rewrite this again? It's divided by 3 over x plus 1. But what can we do with that 3 and x plus 1? Thank you. And now, finally, this question all of a sudden becomes really easy. Sorry, x plus 1 on top and the 3 on the bottom. Okay, now what cancels? The x plus 1's cancel. What's left over? Cool. Okay, really quickly. Okay, x. I'm going to factorize this one here. When I factorize that, I'm going to get x minus 3 and x minus 3. Hoping you're able to factorize them. Now, next one. Underneath is already factorized. Happy days. Okay? Now, there is a trick here. I think there's going to be a trick very soon. Now, would everybody agree? It's the top fraction divided by the bottom fraction. And what do we do to the bottom fraction to make that work? So if I just press the divide, if I just do this and grab all this, that's what it is, isn't it? No, I haven't turned it into multiplication yet. Now we flip it. Now, you're going to see a little trick here. I wonder has anybody spotted it yet? What do you think it is, Nathan? Okay, some stuff is going to cancel, all right? I'll show you now. Okay, gents, what I'm going to do here is I've identified, go on, you know it. I'm going to take out -1 out of it. And look what happens when I take, so I'm just going to pull this 3 minus x over here. And what I'm going to say is that it's exactly the same as -1 multiplied by x minus 3. Are those two things exactly alike? As in, if I multiply it out, -1x plus 3. So I'm gonna take that 3 minus x there, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it into -1 into x minus 3. Then all of a sudden that one cancels with this one, and then I have x times -1, x, and then a 5 on the bottom. Is that cool, you guys? No, but just make sure it's obvious that you subbed it out. All right. Next one. Do you want me to go back? Lads, have a look at 18 for the guys. 18. Guys, currently I did 8, 10, 13, 15, and this is the last one I'm doing today, okay? And now, lads, step one. Is everything fully factorized? I'd say no. I don't think the bottom fraction is factorized at all. We're going to come in here and I'm just going to change that into x by x plus 3. And I'm going to change this one here into what, guys? X plus y and x minus y. Now, lads, as I said earlier, this step here, yeah? So, this step here, what's it the same as? And just a division sign, isn't it? And what do we say? What happens when you reach that stage? Switcheroo. I love good switcheroo. And what happens now, guys? January sales, everything must go. Okay. Now, guys, they're trying that cheeky thing they did last time. What are they trying to do with this y? See the way it's the opposite direction. So we need to take a -1 out somewhere. So, I'm going to do the top one. I always prefer the -1 on top. You can do either. It does work. But here's what we're going to do. X minus y is equivalent to -1 into y minus x. So does everybody see that? Does everybody see my target? What am I going to change this into here? That blue part is going to get changed into what? -1 y minus x. It's all right. Shh. Okay, guys. Cancel. Cancel. Okay, and just multiply in by the -1. So it's going to be minus x minus y all over x. All right. Good news is they're the ones I did today. Bad news is here's the ones you're going to do later. All right. Shh. Lads, what page is this on? So your homework for tonight is everything in the blue. And what is it, page what? 16. What? Please don't like and subscribe.